1975.
In, the actual verbiage, it didn't say anything that she couldn't.
40 years before the Supreme Court's landmark decision, a Boulder County clerk issued same-sex couples marriage licenses.
She was able to issue 6 before the Attorney General at the time, in 1975, shut it down.
Around each colorful corner inside this brand new History Colorado exhibit.
So the name of the exhibit is Rainbows and Revolutions.
You'll find little-known stories about LGBTQ Colorado history.
It is the first time that History Colorado has had an LGBTQ themed exhibit.
Aaron Marcus is the Gill Foundation Associate Curator of LGBTQ History and this exhibit.
I have been working on this since October 2019.
Marcus says the exhibit begins in the 1950s and using orange and pink displays.
Maya identifies as queer Latina, and so her painting is amazing.
Takes visitors through a timeline of historic milestones.
We have Governor Jared Polis's tennis shoes. He donated these.
And informational layouts.
So this is where we're going to talk about hormone therapy.
I started my transition in 2021, around February. So I had a lot of pill bottles.
Intern Soleil Hanbury Lizzie helped catalog the items and contributed her hormone therapy bottles.
My own parents are lesbians. I'm trans myself, and it feels like sort of a celebration of everything that we are. I'm getting a little teary-eyed, but it means a lot to me that especially with anti-trans bills aimed at children who are trying to figure themselves out come out around the country.
I was fired from a job when they found out I was gay in the 90s, in 1995. So that was very personal to me. We'll also talk about HIV and AIDS, and I know a lot of people that are living with it or have passed away from the disease.
Epidemics, Stonewall, secret societies, and equal rights battles that continue today. Marcus says when visitors walk through here, he wants them to learn about the struggles, celebrate the victories, and remember the long road ahead. Reporting in Denver, Micah Smith, Denver7.
Cute, right?
Yeah. Shopping in this store
Ooh, that's fun.
is different.
I like the collar.
There are no price tags, no men's and women's sections, and no judgment. For Alma, it was a completely new experience after she tried to find clothes at the mall.
You get discriminated, especially if you're barely in your beginning of your transition and you're still not technically the physical appearance. It's awkward. It is very awkward and it's very uncomfortable.
She wanted clothes that made her feel beautiful.
Because I was in a time where I felt alone.
But this store, called Marshas Closet, changed that.
This is kind of a one-stop shop for gender-affirming clothing and items. Our hope is here to really uplift and center trans people.
Items like wigs and binders, a garment to flatten the chest, can be expensive.
Ooh.
But Marshas Closet takes that burden away, letting people focus less on how they look and more on regular life.
So really humanizing that they exist, that they matter, that we really are working alongside them to make sure that trans rights are human rights.
For Alma, shopping here gave her more than just a new wardrobe.
When I looked in the mirror, I was like, who is that? They came in the room and they just told me how beautiful I was. And it felt amazing. It was awesome. They just made me feel welcomed and loved, and oh my goodness, they were just making me feel so confident to the point where I went home and I put it on and I was like, I'm this new person and I feel amazing.
Wearing a dress for the first time made Alma even more excited to honor the woman who inspired her to transition.
I actually got my name from my beautiful grandmother. She's just amazing. She's a strong, independent woman, and I take all my style, my confidence, everything is from her.
She now hopes more people, especially trans youth, get the chance to find a place like Marshas Closet.
This did come in pretty recently, which is cute.
There's so much need for places like this because Like I said, everyone here makes you feel welcomed.
These closets are starting to pop up across the country as a way to help trans youth find acceptance and improve their mental health. Universities in California, Arizona, Texas, Nebraska, West Virginia, Georgia, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey opened closets in just the last couple years.
I really view gender-affirming clothing as suicide prevention.
Studies have shown having a gender-affirming space does lower suicide attempts in trans youth. The most recent study by the Trevor Project, a nonprofit working to reduce LGBTQ+ suicides, showed these supportive spaces dropped suicide attempts by 25%. That's why Danny and her team are hoping to help open more closets across the country, because as these resources grow, they know so will support from the rest of the community.
They just give me the confidence that I can make a change in the world myself too. And if I know I can do it, then I know anyone could do it too.
I'm Alexa Liaco.
I grew up sort of tied to the automotive industry, working on cars, around cars.
Cece Haug's family knows cars. Her dad and brother are both in the industry, but for her, staying in the family business would be a challenge.
The environment I was in wouldn't have been very welcoming of that. So when I decided to pursue my gender transition, one of the sort of uncomfortable things that came up was like, where am I going to work?
Because fixing cars traditionally hasn't been the most welcoming field.
It tends to be a very masculine environment, very male-dominated, and a lot of people tend to kind of, have attitudes about those sorts of things.
But her love of cars persisted. Hal continued to pursue her passion while staying true to herself.
We kind of came up with the concept of opening a LGBTQ plus friendly auto repair shop.
Good Judy Garage, where employees and customers aren't judged no matter who you are.
We try to make sure that that's not the environment here, whether it's for our employees or for our customers.
I could be myself, be who I am, and bring that to work every day as well.
When Sophia Ives started at Good Judy Garage, it was an instant feeling of acceptance compared to their last job.
Not really wanting to bring up that conversation. In some fear, because I am a woman. Coming into a space where I felt accepted, it was just a night and day difference.
Ives was the only female at their last blue-collar job, not knowing a place like this existed.
Walking into a safe place where you don't have to look over your shoulder every day, every minute, it just takes some of that weight off.
It's weird to say, oh, I felt affirmed at the auto body shop, but I really do. When I come in here, I feel totally at ease.
Customers like Neil Walker say they feel welcomed here, unlike other repair shops.
It's hard sometimes when you're queer that you have to put that part away sometimes, but here, not at all.
Which is exactly the kind of welcoming environment Cece Haug strived to create.
To know that what you're doing and who you are impacts people that way is something I never even dreamed.
Inside Good Judy Garage, Haug's journey in life and passion for cars opened doors for all to feel welcome.
When you put yourself out there and sort of show your vulnerabilities, it helps your customers to feel more at ease because they know you're putting yourself out there and being your authentic self, your honest self.
Josh Whitston, Denver7.
Cobain grew up Catholic in Jordan, the youngest of two.
I knew I was in touch with my feminine side.
In 7th grade, during gym class,
I started feeling feelings that I never experienced before.
Feelings fueling his truth.
Realized that I was gay.
A truth
I had to keep my identity a secret.
he hid from his family for 16 years.
Being gay there is not just a sin, it's a crime. And in a lot of countries in the Middle East, it's punishable by death.
Same-sex relationships are a crime in 68 countries, and while Jordan isn't one of them, the threat is evident.
If it's not legally punishable by death, your family would punish you by killing you just to cleanse their honor.
A crime capturing headlines to this day, the latest in May. An LGBTQ civil rights group claims a 20-year-old Iranian man was allegedly murdered by his family after discovering he was gay. Louis knew the dangers of coming out at a young age.
I started hating myself at one point.
His mother, his anchor and support system, died when he was 18 years old. Months after her death, he met another closeted gay man.
He ended up abusing me physically, emotionally, sexually, raping me even for almost 18 months.
And threatened to out him.
I knew that if I went to my family for help or to the authorities for help, I'm either going to get laughed at or I'm either going to get killed or thrown in jail.
Louis fled Jordan in 2007.
Escape was the only way I would survive, the only way to find peace.
He landed in the U.S. with $200 in his pocket. 7 years later, while living in Colorado, he came out to his father.
I haven't talked to him ever since.
In 2017, his dream came true.
My husband and I and what we call our American family, they're very close friends and they're like our mom and dad here. Married to a wonderful husband who supports me and loves me unconditionally.
Louis wrote The Kingdom Sandcastle.
Sandcastle is my personal life.
A book about his struggles.
Till this very day, I struggle with depression, PTSD, anxiety. It's very difficult.
This Pride, he and his husband will celebrate their freedom to simply be themselves.
We're very fortunate to be living in the U.S. We're very lucky. Not a lot of people get to experience freedom, experience love, experience being married to the love of their life.
And for those around the world still living in fear, he hopes his story will create hope.
Don't give up. Keep fighting. Believe in yourself. Life is worth living. Love is out there and you're gonna find it.
Addie Guajardo, Denver7.
Finding your passion can be difficult.
I feel that from the first moment I've ever tattooed a human, I had like this aha light bulb go off like.
But just because you find it like Ryan Rose did, doesn't mean it comes easy.
I always knew I wanted to run a shop, but I didn't think it would be basically out of necessity.
Rose's career started feeling like nobody took them seriously.
For example, they'd be like, you're an apprentice, show up in a tutu at 2 a.m. and clean the wheels, the hubcaps of my car. Or I could find someone else who would gladly do it. It was pretty emotionally abusive.
Stuck in a predominantly masculine industry.
I would have queer men come into my chair and sit there and tell me, my gosh, I'm so glad I found you because I feel like some other artist would mess up my tattoo on purpose because they found out I was gay.
Born from that passion and those trials was Rose Wolfden Tattoo Studio.
Hey, I want a safe space to work. More and more clients being like, I'd like a safe space to just feel pain. I love it too because I don't feel alone. So I get just as much comfort with those connections.
Aimed at being welcoming to all, a safe space with specific staff.
Working in an all-female studio or fem-in-them studio is very mind-boggling.
Megan Donahue joined the staff 4 months ago, still adjusting to a new city, still looking for the right fit.
I've never really found my people, but now it feels like home.
A home decorated with body art, buzzing with tools, filled with people as their true self in their own skin.
They can come in and feel like, they don't have to be a specific person with us. They can be whoever they want to be.
Rose and her so-called wolf pack hope that feeling lasts as long as the ink.
Community. I think that that's probably the word that I built it around. That's why it's named the Wolf Den. Because as a wolf pack, when we all work together, we can do great things.
You already know what this flag stands for. It's one of the most recognizable symbols in the entire world, on par with the American flag and the recycling symbol. and especially during Pride Month, it is everywhere.
It is unsurpassed as a global icon in terms of something that stands for hope and diversity as opposed to a product being sold or a country. It is a global symbol.
But this flag wasn't always so ubiquitous, and its predecessors included a lavender rhinoceros, the Greek letter lambda, and the pink triangle, all of which have their own separate meanings and histories, but weren't accepted by the LGBTQ community at large. So how did we get here with the Rainbow Pride flag? Its history starts back in the 1970s with artist and activist Gilbert Baker.
Gilbert had become fascinated with flags in 1976 during the bicentennial. He just suddenly thought these things are powerful. He saw, armies marching into war under a flag, and he thought, we don't just need a new symbol, we need a flag.
The very first Rainbow Pride flag was designed and handmade by Baker and a group of volunteers for the 1978 San Francisco Gay Freedom Day Parade. Originally 8 colors, the flag's stripes stood for sex, life, healing, sunlight, nature, magic, serenity, and spirit. After the parade, and months later, after the assassination of San Francisco politician and gay icon Harvey Milk, demand for the rainbow flag skyrocketed.
My little store in Polk Street was kind of the epicenter. Gilbert worked there, and I had access to some of the largest flag companies in the world.
It was at the San Francisco-based Paramount Flag Company, where Baker worked with flag scholar James Farragon, that the Rainbow Pride symbol spread beyond the city, not just as a specialty item, but something that could be as readily available as the Stars and Stripes.
It was astonishing to me at how quickly the rainbow, which truly was a flag of pride and not politics, eclipsed all the others. There was some hurdles because some of the flag companies we approached said, Jim, do you know what that flag is? And I go, yeah, I'm keenly aware of what that flag is. I need as many of them as I can get. And they go, well, we'll make it, but we won't put our label on it.
Those hurdles didn't stop the Rainbow Pride flag from being flown across the country by allies, activists, and even some government buildings. Baker even worked with the ACLU to make sure anyone could freely use it. In recent years, it's also become a seasonal symbol used by brands and corporations to use during Pride Month, with activists being very watchful and vocal about whether those efforts are genuine.
It's something we're very passionate about. If you're not going to live up to the principles sewn into that flag, then don't use it. And if you're just trying to sell mugs and t-shirts, we can't stop you, but we will call you up.
Today, the Rainbow Pride flag has also become a mother of flags for others within the LGBTQ community, like the pink, lavender, and blue bisexual flag created by Michael Page in 1998, or the blue, pink, and white transgender flag created by Monica Helms in 1999.
You should fly the flag that speaks to your soul.
Even after Baker's death in 2017, his rainbow flag has continued to live on and evolve through redesigns from artists like Daniel Quasar and Amber Hikes. With black and brown stripes and the stripes of the transgender flag, the redesigns add visibility to the fact that the Pride movement was led by transgender people of color, a group that is still one of the most disenfranchised and marginalized groups in society.
It's a brave thing to do, to create an image and an icon, and we totally encourage people to do it. And we're really proud that people would see the rainbow flag as an inspiration for a new flag.
As LGBTQ issues are once again thrust back into the national political spotlight, same-sex couples across this country with children are having to navigate some new and intense rhetoric. A changing of the seasons brings with it a new opportunity for growth, both outside the home of Sean Weber and his partner Danielle Higgins and inside of it.
We're also from two different backgrounds. So he grew up on a dairy farm.
These two have been together for the better part of 17 years. They call rural Maine home. Growing up in small towns, they both had very different experiences coming out.
I told my parents at their house, and then my dad kicked me out.
I never had to officially come out, per se, because I always thought, this is my life and this is who I am.
They are now a family of 6.
This is Emily.
With 2 kids out of college and 2 teenagers at home, the struggles of everyday parenthood are plenty.
We are faced with a lot. We really are faced with a lot, especially with the pandemic.
But as members of the LGBTQ community, Sean and Daniel also have to navigate the complexities of being gay while raising kids at a time when nationwide there are numerous anti-LGBTQ pieces of legislation making the rounds. So they do their best to help their kids understand things.
Well, that's one of the things that we've always told our kids. Be who you are. Doesn't matter who. Just be yourself. That's all.
Sean and Daniel, though, are not despondent about the future for themselves or their kids. Quite the opposite.
We're on that other end of the LGBTQ spectrum where we see a lot of positive stuff of how we're treated, how we're respected, how we're included.
Their town of less than 3,000 bucks the kind of stereotypes most people might have when it comes to acceptance of the gay community.
It's showing that acceptance is expanding more and more every day, which is very good.
From experience, these 2 men know that like any other family, they will continue to face ups and downs.
How do we work with our kids to understand, have them understand that, something that traumatic taking us back, how are we going to bring them forward?
But even amidst some less than welcoming political rhetoric right now, they, like parents everywhere, are hopeful their kids grow up seeing the beauty of the world around them.
I feel relief in a way that they're coming up through and they're going to be putting a lot of that stuff to rest for us.
I'm Chris Conn.